Hi guys, we'll be doing showing you how to do a BMW 1 Series 2012 118 brake pads, rear brake pads. First of all, we'll be taking this retainer off. But doing that, we just have to get a little screwdriver, wedge it, and just prise it out. And there we are. That's a retainer. Then, second of all, I normally just put a screwdriver in here on the back of the disc and just force the piston back by just doing that. Let it easily go in. Okay. Next guys, we'll be taking these plastic covers off on the back here. This is where the nuts are hidden, the slider nuts. So take that off, and there's another one on the bottom, and that will be just right here. It's kind of just stuck in there. There we go. There's another one. Guys, so we're going to be using a size 8 HW8 Allen key socket, 3/4 inch with my 3-point ratchet, and release these slider nuts on the back. So we're just going to unscrew this. Then we'll be doing the bottom one as well. So we'll be doing, I took the nuts off, slider nuts off, they're right here. Okay, I will be cleaning them and putting a bit of grease on them just to make them slide a bit better. Sometimes you have to give them a good wiggle. It's been there for a long time, so it does eventually come out. There we go. The pads are very low. As you can see, that's the friction of the pads. And we'll be taking this one off as well. There we go. We will be doing a sensor on this side as well, because it's going right down. As you can see, the tip's going right down, the lights come on, so this sensor is no good now. That sensor goes all the way down here. On the back, I'll have to take that 10mm off. It's a plastic 10mm, and as soon as I lift it up, I'll be able to see a little box in there, which I'll be showing you in a moment. Guys, once you've moved this 10mm nut here, which I've already loosened up, lift that up, you see a little box in there. Take them 2 clips off. Inside there's a sensor. One sensor is for the ABS, which we won't be bothering. The one for the brake pad wear sensor is this one here. Just press a little clip inside there and just wiggle it about, and that should just, sometimes there's a bit of a wiggle here because of all the soil and everything going in there. Kind of gets it a bit jammed. That's what it looks like. Okay. To take the wire out, there's a little clip there. Push that clip up, and then you'll find that that will just pop out there. You see that? And then the wire, you can just pull it out. There's another one, same. I won't be able to show you. It's kind of dark in there. Can we zoom that in? Same again, lift that up, and there we go. Same again, pull the wire out. A couple of seating areas here, and just pull them out of these. Just pull them out, they sit in here like that. There's one on this side, and that's it, and the rest goes straight into the pad. And there we are. That's a new sensor in the packet, and the part number is right there. These are the brake, and that's the part number there. These are the brake pads, and that's the part number there. Putting the new sensor wire on, I'm going to feed it through the same way it came out. So I'm going to go around the back here, back in there. I'll be plugging it in. I'll be starting from this end. Push it in. You'll hear a click. That's plugged in. Back in there, and shut that off. Make sure that's clipped on, because otherwise the water can get into that. Right. Once again, the clips I was mentioning earlier on, push the wire in simply, same area, which is right here. Give it a nice fit to get it in. There we are, and simply just push that clip in and just bring it over the top. Push it down a few bones. It's a little bit flimsy, it'll do work. There we are. You probably heard that click there. Again, there's another one, same kind of thing. So I'll be just pushing that in as well. As you can see, again, there we go, that's clipped in as well. Right, then I'm going to come back around here, and this is just a simple push in, which is just right here. It's kind of tricky, but it is what it is. The little clip here, you have to just push that up, the wire just falls into that, and you just push the clip back over. There we go. This one is a bit more simpler. You just drag it around this end, push it in, and that's it. Just see it's in there. And the next one, and the last one, I'll be showing you after I put the caliper on. Just like to mention how I push this piston in. In the beginning of the video, I showed that I put a screwdriver in here. What I was doing, I was putting the screwdriver in here, sideways, and using the force of the disc, I was just gently forcing the piston in, and that way the piston just gone in. If it's seized up, you might need to use a tool, which is brake caliper tool, piston tool is called. I'll put that in the video as well. Give this area a good clean with a wire brush, which I've already done. That pad there, first of all, sits in there like that. The second pad fits in the piston. The second pad fits in the piston. The 3 prongs there go into that hole there. Just have to line it up, give it a nice firm push, and hear it drop in like that. There we go. Then we install the caliper back onto the. There we are. Back on there again. The sensor we can plug in from the outside, making sure that you face the sensor this way around towards the disc. It goes on the back pad, but that tip there needs to face the disc. So if ever the pad goes low, it'll touch that tip there. Once it goes past this area here, there's a little wire there that splits. It makes a short circuit, and then you get the light on the dash. So let's put this sensor back on. It's a bit tricky to put the video around here, but I'll try my very best. So I'm going back in the back of the pad here. So where it goes is this area here. Look, that's the old pad. It needs to slot in this here, and you just push it in, and it just locks in. Okay, so in case you can't see it here, I'll be doing it right now here. So I'll put the pad on. It's quite simple really, and you'll feel a nice click as well. And there we go, you probably heard that click there. After that, make sure you put this wire back in this area here where the bleed nipple is, and plug that in. That secures the wire. Okay, you don't want it dangling around and getting caught in the wheel. Right, as you can see, we'll be cleaning these sliders up, and I'll show you how I did that in a moment. The way I clean these up is I use a Stanley blade. See, mainly this area gets dirty here. Can you see, if I just do that, you see the dirt coming off. I find it so easy with this. Just scrape it off, and then I'll give it a bit of a WD-40, clean it up, wipe it off, and then I'll just make it nice and clean. There you go guys, it's nice and clean there. That's the other one, and that's that one. You see all the black. I'll be doing the same thing with that as well in a minute. Just to make the slider a bit greasy, I'm just putting a bit of grease on my finger and just place that on there, just so that the slider slides nicely. You get a nice braking efficiency there. Okay. So I'll be putting the nut back in, the slider back in, and the way to do that is just slide it in, and if you feel a nice little click there, because obviously you look around the back as well, make sure you're going a nice slot there. Then I'll be going with my ratchet again, and slide that in a bit. Just be careful you don't go around crossing that one. If you find that it's getting stuck, start again. Again, I'll be going, I won't tighten that yet fully, I'll be going on the bottom one. There we go, I'm doing the bottom one now. I'll be fully tightening that before I do the top one. Done the bottom one, just tighten the top one as well. And we'll be tightening so much that just by hand, not too tight, just that little bit. Okay, that's done. Then I'll be putting both of these back on the back of the nut. Simply just push them in. It's easier to push in than take off. Right, we'll be putting the retainer clip back on. Simply put it on the sides here, like that. Yeah. And then what I normally do is just a bit of a firm push and just press it in, keeping these two against the caliper housing walls, and give it a bit of force and make sure it seats in nicely there. That's all done. Thank you for watching.